Welcome to Manchester Library's Summer Reading Challenge craft activity on a Friday. This year the theme of the Summer Reading Challenge is Silly Squad. If you haven't already signed up, go online to sign up for the Summer Reading Challenge and you can get started by reading lots of fun books.
Piece of A4 paper, that's just a normal piece of printer paper, and you don't even need a full sheet. If you fold the sheet in half, that becomes an A5 sheet, and that's the size of paper we're going to need to make this Shrunken Silly storybook. So I've got a piece of paper that I've already marked out ready. This is my A5 sheet of paper, and I've marked the folds on this just so that you can easily see them. So the size of the book when it's finished is just going to be one of these sections. So the aim of this is to have a fold on every line here that I've drawn. So I'll just talk you through the way that I've created these folds. So what we have to do is get our piece of paper and fold it in half like that, then open it out again, turn it around and fold it in half. So far we've got two folds. Open it out again, turn it around, and then this end is going to go into that centre line. Fold it like that, turn it around, fold it like that. Okay. Open the paper out again and turn it around. Now we've got that fold that we already made, so we'll fold the end line into the middle. It looks very complicated, but it is worth it. Turn it around, fold that line into the middle, then open it out again. So now we've got every line you can see has been folded. Okay, I'm going to fold it this way now just so that you can see what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to, now we've got all our lines and you can see them clearly, I'm just going to fold the paper in half like that. So now we can only see half of the lines. Turn this around and then fold it in half again, like that. Now this is a tricky bit, but with these lines you can easily see where to cut. If you look at the piece of paper, we've got a line there that's got pen on it, and the other line that's open hasn't got any pen on it. We need to cut from the side with the pen markings, so it's the folded side. There, can you see it's folded? So don't cut from that side, because if you do it won't work. So there's the folded side with the pen line on it. I'm just going to cut along this line to the middle, but then just a little bit past the middle, like that. So now it looks like a pair of shorts, sort of. Okay. Now what we need to do is open the piece of paper out, and the cut that we've made is in the middle. Can you see that there? Okay. So now, don't open anything out, you just fold the paper over so that the cut that we've made is at the top, like that. Now, if you watch very carefully, if I hold the two ends of the paper and squash it together, it makes like a plus sign. Can you see that? That's nearly our book now. If I just flatten this out like that, So I can only see 2 sections. Put my fingers there, fold it again. That's our book. So if you open out your book, you've got those pages. Now, there it is, it stands up like a book. There's not many pages and there's much more paper. You can make more pages if you want to, but you have to be careful if you start cutting edges that your book doesn't fall apart. So what I did with this one I've already done, to make some extra pages, I just tied a small piece of string around the centre. So there's the centre. This one has got some string tied around it. And then I started to cut and it made me some extra pages, but you don't need to do that. And if you do, just be careful that the pages stay tied together. Depends how much you like writing. So that is our book. With half a piece of paper you can make lots and lots of these if you wanted to, but the best bit is to come, because this is where you can start thinking about your favourite story, maybe one of the silly stories that you're reading as part of the summer reading challenge. You could use one of those stories, but do a shorter version and start to fill the pages of your little book with those stories or bits of those stories, your favourite bits or your favourite pictures and some of your favourite bits. If it's a story, for example, like Horrid Henry, that's got lots of nice pictures in it, or Diary of a Wimpy Kid, you could do some drawings and then you could do some writing to fill your pages. And then if anybody wanted to know about your favourite silly story, you'd have it all there ready to share them. You could even use this to make part of a book review for the book review competition that's part of the summer reading challenge. The most important thing to do, though, is to have some fun with it. So if you haven't already signed up for the summer reading challenge, you can take part by joining online.